Good morning. So, what does baptism mean to you?
So, baptism truly is a public declaration of the choice that you've made to place Jesus at the center of your life and to be a follower of Christ. So, yeah, baptism to me and baptism in the general sense is that public declaration saying, I am a Christ follower and I have placed Jesus in the center of my life.
Excellent. And what led you to that public display?
Originally, started attending church, and it just felt like I was incomplete. I was hollow. And, when you get that feeling in the pit of your stomach that, there's something you're supposed to be doing, but you're forgetting about it, that was the part. And for me, going up there and having Pastor Gene stuff me in this little tiny box was the point that made that solid, and I feel complete.
And what did the baptism signify to you personally?
So personally for me, I wasn't raised in the church. I didn't find Christ until my late 20s, actually. Not to say that he wasn't in my life from the beginning, right? But it wasn't until my 20s that I realized I was one of these selfish people that thought that that I was on my own. But it was in my 20s that I said, oh, he's been here all along. And through that, started going to Highpoint. Highpoint's the first church that I've called home. And my wife and I, and my wife actually was baptized as a teen. So she came to Christ much sooner than I did. And I was sure that to be a Christ follower, it was like getting knighthood, like somebody had to choose and say, I dub thee Christian.
Anoint you?
Yeah, exactly. But truly, my wife and I had conversation after conversation and getting connected at Highpoint and realizing that once you've made that personal choice, choosing to be baptized then again is that public declaration of that choice that you've made to follow Christ. And what made my baptism so special to me is that my wife actually decided to get baptized again. So we got baptized together, my first time, her second time. So that was very special for us as a couple.
Excellent. And what would you say to a believer, but time has gotten in the way?
Well, first of all, time has never gotten away. I was 56 years old when I finally came to the Lord, and it was like a progression. Things just started happening in my life. I saw changes happening. I joined our Power 3 group, and it was my way of knowing that I was going to walk closer with God. And the minute that I was baptized, wow, my life has never been the same since. So I encourage any of you that are new believers, if you're old and you want to be rebaptized, there is never a time that God does not want to welcome you into his arms. Sorry.
That's okay. And what would you say to a new believer?
Come on up. Take the plunge with us, because as you can tell, we were not young. Some of us are a little bit older than the other ones, but and there's some out there that you are probably on the line. Yeah, speak for myself, right? Yeah, very much on the older side of the crew. But don't ever think that there's not that right time, because God is there waiting for you anytime. Anytime. So
Amen.
New believers, come on up and join the rest of us, because it's a lot of fun. We have a good time.